Welcome to another edition of Breaking News brought to you by Source Selection Soundbites. Today we will discuss the case of the Colonial Press International, or CPI, decided by the General Accountability Office, or GEO. This case concerns the Government Printing Office's, or GPO, requirement for printing of Medicare books and healthy eating books. The GPO issued two different IFBs to support the requirement. At the bid opening, Colonial Press submitted the bid that offered the lowest evaluated price for both competitions. Shortly thereafter, the contracting officer considered the firm's responsibility, particularly its delivery history under GPO contracts. The contracting officer noted that CPI had made late deliveries in 3 of the 18 orders that it had performed since November 2012 and had not resolved the underlying issues. Therefore, the CO determined that CPI was not responsible and then awarded to the second lowest bidder. Accordingly, the contracting officer notified CPI that it had been found to be not responsible and its bids had not been accepted. CPI filed a protest shortly thereafter. CPI argues that, as a small business, concerns over its responsibility should have been referred to the Small Business Administration, SBA, for consideration under that agency's CoC process. CPI also argues that, even if the GPO is not subject to the SBA's CoC process, the non-responsibility determinations were unreasonable. En route to finding against the protester, the GAO noted that its office has consistently held that GPO, as a legislative branch agency, is not subject to the CoC referral requirements of the Small Business Act. Second, they continued, we conclude that the contracting officer reached a reasonable determination that Colonial Press's late deliveries rendered the firm not responsible. Moreover, they continued, our office generally will not disturb a non-responsibility determination unless a protester can show either that the procuring agency had no reasonable basis for the determination or that it acted in bad faith. In our review of non-responsibility determinations, we consider only whether the negative determination was reasonably based on the information available to the contracting officer at the time it was made. After an examination of the record before them, the GAO determined the CO's determination was reasonable. Thus, the protest was denied. Now let's address a few of the lessons learned from this protest. They include 1. Legislative agencies are not subject to the CoC process. 2. The CO has broad discretion in exercising his or her business judgment in making non-responsibility determinations. And 3. GAO will disturb these decisions only for bad faith and irrationality. In this episode of Source Selection Soundbites, we discuss the CPI case, CoC procedure applicability, and GAO's standard of review for non-responsibility determinations. This concludes today's Source Selection Soundbite. If this video was helpful, hit the like and subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any new material. If you want more details on the subject, they are available on the Source Selection Answer app. It contains lectures, quizzes, court cases, sample documents, and more material that allows practitioners to quickly obtain actionable knowledge. Thanks for watching. See you next time.